Hello, and thank you for tuning in once again. You are tuned into Esoteric Guidance, and my name is Nehru. In this video, I am going to answer a question that I received from a subscriber. And the question is, I was reading a text message, sorry about the longer than usual pause. But here's the question from the subscriber, and thank you for the question, by the way, subscriber. Okay. It says, please add in your video on how to protect ourselves from those who are takers, even to the point of taking our hard-earned money without service or any value for my money, just manipulating words, take, steal, and destroy my goodness with evil. I started just staying home and away from people I know. It says I am naive in that I grew up as a good girl, quote unquote good girl. This world has beaten the hell out of me is actually what it says, okay, fully. So, how do you go about protecting yourself from those who have come against your natural wealth, okay? So, to you, subscriber, and anyone else who's listening, the first thing is to remove your energy from those individuals. Okay? So you said you just decided to stay home. That is partially correct. Excuse me, confirmation burp. That is partially correct. However, do not allow your just staying at home to be a scare tactic or to show the enemy, okay, that you're scared. Again, we wrestle not against flesh and blood, okay? So the people who have come against your natural wealth, okay, your business or what have you, again, they are physical human beings who have been taken over by demonic low vibrational energies, okay? So again, the Luciferians, Jezebels, Beliar spirits, Apophis, Apep, we know them, okay? And we know them well, okay? And so, and going into hiding isn't the thing to do. So with my situation, I didn't go into hiding. I went into solitude, which is very different. So when you go into hiding, you are trying not to be seen. I didn't stop going to the store. I didn't stop taking care of myself and going to other places that I need to, even when I gave everything away a year ago, rented a truck and relocated to Arizona with just a suitcase. I do not stay isolated, and I do not try to hide from the enemy. If they want to show up, they can show up and get the hell beat out of them if they want to. Okay? And I literally mean that. I will beat the hell out of them, or at least I will attempt to. Okay? Make sure that you're running or you're removing your energy from them is not you being scared of them, because that is exactly what the enemy wants. Okay? The enemy wants you to be scared. The enemy wants you to be afraid. Okay? So the other thing that I would do is I would do cord cutting meditations or cord cutting rituals. And again, your imagination is needed for this. Okay? So with those individuals, whoever they are, I would listen to some sort of cord cutting frequency. You can find plenty of them on YouTube. I would listen to some sort of cord cutting meditation frequency, and I would time and time again, until I felt their energy was no longer being able to influence my energy. And I would imagine myself, you can use whatever you want to use. You can use a saw, you can use a machete, you can use a power saw, you can use scissors, whatever your imagination comes up with. And imagine these people at the end of these cords that protrude from you, from your throat chakra, from your heart chakra, from your solar plexus, especially from your solar plexus, if you're hiding from the enemy. Okay? Again, we're not hiding, high vibrational divine masculines and divine feminines. We're not hiding. We might relocate to get away from these gang stalking and that, okay? But we're not hiding. Okay? We're not hiding. So that affects your solar plexus chakra, if that is the reason why you have decided to go into the house and just stay away from everyone. Again, out of fear. Okay? Or you feel like, what's the use? Okay? Why have a business? They're just going to come and just do witchcraft and lie again. That is exactly what the enemy wants you to do. That is exactly where the enemy wants you to go mentally and energetically. That's exactly where they want you to go. Okay? So don't feed into what the enemy's telling you. Don't feed into the enemy's tactics. Okay? Recognize narcissistic energies when you see them. Sociopaths, psychopaths. Recognize cluster B personalities. Recognize these evil, dark spirits that have taken over the human bodies that you see standing before you with your two eyes. Okay? 7:07 on the timer, on the video timer. Okay? So recognize that. Okay? And again, those cord cutting measures. Okay? And I would do them on the daily basis. There is not a day that goes by that I do not do something that clears my energy, cleanses my energy. If I don't have sage that particular day, which is rare, if I don't have sage that particular day, I have Florida water. If I don't have Florida water, I have Palo Santo. If I don't have Palo Santo, I have crystals. If I don't have so there should never be a day, if I don't have that, then I have an egg, which I can do an egg cleanse for. So again, or do an egg cleanse for an egg cleanse. So again, even if you don't have any of those things, you can do a water cleanse. What's a water cleanse? A water cleanse is essentially where you do nothing but, you consume nothing but water for that day, which most people probably need to do that a couple times a year anyway. Okay? Probably more than a couple. Okay? And so I am doing something of, not a fast, but a water cleansing today. I'm consuming an extra amount of water as the hair on my arm stands up. I am, yeah, okay. And so I generally drink 80 plus ounces of water a day anyway, somewhere between 60 and 80, easily 60, somewhere closer to 80 plus ounces of water a day, 80 ounces of water a day. I am a kidney transplant recipient for our newer subscribers. Manifested that kidney. Got the call on 7/6 of 17, and the kidney transplant took place on 7/7 of 17. Okay? So, you should be doing something each and every day to cleanse your energy. Every day. Okay? Your energy should never be dormant. I mean, or the day should never be dormant without some type of energy cleanse. It's better to do it at the beginning of the day rather than at the end of the day if you're only going to do it once a day, or if your schedule only permits you time to do it once a day. I doubt that. All you have to do is get up earlier, wake up earlier, right? Set your alarm earlier if you use an alarm. So other ways that you can combat this dark energy, okay, that is coming against you is you can do money manifestation rituals. Okay? So you can take your debit cards, your credit cards, your whatever, your bank cards, your checkbook, if you still write checks. Most people don't write checks today anymore. Okay? And you can cleanse them. Okay? Cleanse the aura of those cards, of that checkbook. Okay? You can do that. Same thing with mirrors. Okay? When doing energy cleansing, okay, every now and then I take the sage stick and hold it in front of the mirror. Why? Because mirror magic is a real thing. Okay? People doing witchcraft against you, they don't have to see you on a regular basis. The majority of the people that have been doing witchcraft against me, I have not seen for more than a year. Okay? More than a year. Some of them 2 years. Some of them 15 years, 20 years. I have not seen these individuals. 25, 30 years, some of them. I have not seen them. Okay? Well, maybe not 30 years. 20, 25 years. Okay? I have not seen them. Okay? So, understand that the people that come against you, just because you go into hiding, if that's what you're doing, that's not the answer. Because again, there's moon magic, mirror magic. There's all sorts of ways for them to affect you energetically without ever physically seeing your face or being close to you. Okay, again, energy is energy. It travels. Okay? Electricity doesn't care how far the destination is. Electricity just gets there. It was 12:12 on the timer. Okay? It just gets there. So, understand who you are, subscribers, Soul Tribe Collective. Understand who you are. And understand the power you have, the galactic, extraterrestrial, supernatural power that you have to change things. One of the second comment that same subscriber made was in regards to how the religious organizations do not teach these things. Well, of course they do not, because they don't want you to know those things. Confirmation. Okay, 1307 on the timer. Confirmation. Okay, so because they do not want you to know those things, they are not going to share those things with you, obviously. Okay? Many of the ministers that stand up there, they know what Illuminati is. They know what MK Ultra is. They know that they are programs. They know this. Okay? They know this. Many of them. Very few of them are in the dark about these things. But they don't tell you. They could share with you the books beyond Genesis to Revelation. They could, but they don't. Why don't they? Because they are also part of the program and have a false responsibility to keep you there. Okay? So this is why they do not teach these things. Okay? This is why they don't teach self-love. This is why they do not teach chakra management, activation. This is why they do not teach these things. Not because they do not know, but because they are also a part of the program. And in many cases, if they're ministers, if they're religious ministers, they are not only part of the program, but they have bought into it. They have a vested interest because they don't want to lose their congregation. They don't want to lose the money that's flowing into their pockets. Okay? So they have a vested interest into the matrix. So of course they would not help you get out. That's like the person who's supposed to block your shot on the basketball court, taking the ball from you and saying, wait, I'm not going to block your shot. Let me make the shot for you. No, that's your opponent. They're not going to do that. Okay? They're not going to do that. Why? Because it's not in them to do that. That's not their purpose. Okay? A dog bites because that's part of a dog's purpose. Okay? Understand what the dark energy is here to do and why they come after you. Because you, again, are on your way to something. The devil doesn't chase those who are already on his side. Jezebel doesn't come after the ones who are already on her side. The harlots, okay? The scorpionic energy, regardless of whatever their birth chart says, the scorpionic death energy, okay, doesn't come after those who they already have. So if they're coming after you, you are either on the right path, or there's something around the corner that's about to put you on the right path or on a higher level of some sort, and they're trying to stop that. That is the only reason why you battle against spiritual wickedness in high places, dark energy, okay, that battles in the fourth dimension. This is why. Because they know and understand who you are long before you or I understand who you are. Okay? I continue to come into the understanding of who I am to a greater degree. Even up until recently, and having sat before, or stood before, or however that goes, with not only the Sanhedrin Council, but now with the Galactic Federation, the Galactic Federation Council. I don't know, I always want to say council in front of federation. Galactic Council Federation. I don't know, whichever. Okay? And it's another level. It's another level, not just, but it's another level. So understand who you are. Understand the power that you hold. Don't run from the enemy. You can implement escape and evade measures as long as you're not running because you are afraid. Because we're not afraid. Soul Tribe Collective, we are not afraid. We looked that demon in the eye. I'm picturing the alien from Aliens, right, from the 80s movie, with Sigourney Weaver. Okay? I look that alien in the face and I say, what you gonna do? Huh? What do you think you're gonna do with me? Every day. One day we will not have to, because one day the seventh dispensation will be here. One day. I'm reminded of Aretha Franklin's song, Confirmation, with whatever that boom was. Is that thunder? Right? Someday we'll all be free. Okay. But that day is not today, so we continue to fight. The good fight. Not the dark fight. The good fight. Okay? So I hope that answers your question about how do you go about protecting yourself, your energy, because it's really your energy that they are after. Okay? Because again, they want you in a depressed state. They want you running scared. They want you to walk around with your tail between your legs. They want you to do those things. Okay? So if you need to, be tactful, and when I say tactful, I mean militant, okay, about your moves. Be that way, okay? but do the things that are going to remove them from your energy. And again, on the daily basis, because the enemy, until the tribulation happens, the final tribulation happens, the enemy doesn't take a break. 2020 on video time. The enemy doesn't take a break. So we have to be more so relentless. The kingdom suffers violence, and the violent take it by force. We need to be more violent than the enemy. How outspoken is the enemy? How bold is the enemy? We need to be bolder. I like that show, Growing Bolder. Okay? We need to be bolder than the enemy. How do we grow bolder? By raising our vibration. Okay? By being authentic and walking our true path. Ignoring the naysayers. Okay? Again, I understand and I sympathize with your isolating. I've been in isolation essentially for 2 years now. Okay? For 2 years. Outside, again, of going to the store. And when I was in Florida last year, I think during the tax season, I met with a couple of tax clients last year. But that was it. Everything this year was done online, and I met no one because I was already in Arizona. So all of those tax clients that I have on the East Coast, everything was done electronically or phone calls. Okay? So thank you so much for the question, Vincie. And yeah, I hope that does answer it, and I hope it sheds some light on perhaps how do you go about protecting your wealth. Okay? Thank you so much as always for tuning in. Again, we have reached 200 subscribers as of yesterday. Thank you so much for your awareness. Thank you for your awareness. Okay? And as always, be encouraged.